Yes, sir.
I always like your perspective on stuff. You're a global kid. You were born in Switzerland. You moved to Turkey, then to the United States at 17. So this is a global pandemic. Would you be comfortable knowing you're in great shape? You're a younger human being, which appears to be statistically the data points say you're safer. Would you personally be comfortable coming back and playing in 5 to 6 weeks?
I mean, first of all, I'll just say this. I don't know if I'm going to be in a game shape because, like, people are talking about coming back or not. But the thing is, a lot of if we come back, if we don't have enough time to come back and get in game shape, a lot of the players going to get hurt. So I feel like even if we come back, NBA needs to do a really good job just giving us that, like, at least like 4 or 5 weeks period of time so we can get ready for in a game shape because we are about to maybe they'll play the playoffs. But I think if it's all safe to go, I think so.
Now, a centralized location. Now, I will say this: young American players, they go summer league in Vegas. Does the centralized location like Disney World? Are you okay with that? Are you okay with no fans?
I mean, of course, it's going to be awkward, man. Like, think about it's a Eastern Conference Finals, us against somebody. There's no fans, no cheering, no clapping. Of course, it's going to be awkward. But right now, I feel like all the players just itching to go out there and play basketball. So like, I'll be like, if it's all safe to go, I'll take anything. But like, I heard Adam said a lot of the cities are calling the NBA and want to host the players, and they're thinking about either Orlando or Vegas. Actually, Adam even said first they even thought about moving the NBA outside of a country, but then they're like, you know what, it's going to be so hard to just move to a different country, so that is out of the conversation. But right now, like you said, they're looking either Vegas or Orlando.
Now, Shaquille O'Neal said, there'd be an asterisk if somebody won, and I don't worry too much about that because I look at it that basketball is part of our culture. We love it.
Right.
And if the playoffs were good, Enes, we would just be so happy. I don't worry about that. Mm-hmm. I mean, if Boston won, you faced what everybody else faced. I wouldn't look at you as less of a team. In fact, I would make an argument. I am more impressed with a team that could win without playing a home game in the playoffs. So what do you make about the asterisk article or issue?
I mean, man, I'll just say this. Of course, I mean, like, I'll give you this point. Some of the teams are open up the practice facility early. Some of them are not open up the facility early, and they're saying if it's fair or not. But you know what? I mean, like I said again, man. Right now, it is going to be challenging for every player and every team. So for me, I'm just going to go out there and just see what the NBA going to say.
Now, Adam Silver yesterday, he has a phone call, and he sounded, I would say, more confident. It was more encouraging.
Yep.
Does it bother you that it appeared yesterday Adam wanted to get the top stars in the league on board, and they're going to drive this? Do you resent that at all? Does it bother you that a handful of stars will make the call on this?
I mean, I feel like that handful of stars, I think that was like 5 or 6 of players was on that call, needs to communicate with us because obviously not all of us is like a superstar, whatever, but we are all in this. So it's not like there is a risk for everybody. So I feel like those superstars that like you said, 5, 6 players or whatever, needs to communicate with us and say, what do we think? And what Adam said, whatever the NBA decide, player has to agree with it too. So I feel like, hey, maybe like those 6 players wants to go out there and play, but there is some players out there might not want to play. So I feel like NBA is like a big family, right? So I feel like we need to communicate all together, 450 players, not just only 6 or 7 players.
How good a shape are you in? Do you work out? I can go jogging where I live in California every day next to my house, so I do.
Right.
Are you working out?
I mean, we still have these virtual workouts with the Celtics. They calling us like 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We actually get on this FaceTime call and try to, just see what strength coach going to tell us to do. But like, it doesn't matter how much you work out, you're not going to be in game shape because the game shape is a different shape. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if the season starts, right, and if the players are not in a good shape, a lot of the people is going to get hurt. So I feel like we need at least like 3, 4, whatever weeks to just get back in a close to the game shape. So once the season starts, we can just go out there and play our basketball. Because like once the playoff starts, man, it's you either win or go home. So you got to give everything you have. So I just don't want other players to just risk their career and get hurt big time, and it's going to affect them in a long run.
Now, have you talked to players that aren't stars? If I said to you the last 10 players you've talked to, do they share your opinion? What do non-star players think? Do they want to play?
I mean, let me tell you something, man. We all want to go out there and play. We all itching to go out there and play because obviously, it's an amazing time to just let your body heal. But same time, man, it's like we've been at home for like 2 months. So we all want to go out there and play. But every player is saying the same thing. If it's all safe to go, we want to go out there and play.
Okay, so the MJ documentary, The Last Dance, I imagine you're watching it. Now, I don't know how much you paid attention to the NBA 25 years ago, but you used to be able to tackle people basically in the NBA.
Like a football, yep.
Yeah. What do you make of Jordan? How much have you watched Jordan before? What do you make of the documentary?
Right. I mean, you're talking about goosebumps. That is, that's what you get when you're watching that. I think that's like the best way to explain it. But like, I think just watching him, his dedication, his discipline, his love for the world, it was just on a different level. He had this mentality that only one player had, and it was Kobe. I don't see another player have his mentality. So like, I think watching that, it just gives you so much hope and motivation. And so I feel like I met him when I was 17 years old in New York. It was like a dream came true. I'm meeting with like the greatest player of all time. Well, like it was just amazing, man. I'm just sad that it's just going to only one episode left.
I know. We only have 1 weekend left. Enes Kanter is joining us. It is interesting about that. We said, Giannis, you're an international player. You moved here at 17 years old. Giannis could be the next face of the league, but he's kind of a little bit quiet. He has no, I wouldn't say he's a glamorous guy. Jordan was a little more glamorous. Is there a next? If LeBron retired tomorrow, is there a next? Who is the next face of the league for you?
I mean, if you look at in a game playing wise, it's either going to be like Giannis or Kawhi, but I feel like they have no, personality. You need to have that, the brand going too. It's just not like going out there and playing 48 minutes and getting like 30 and 20 and win. It is all about the fans want to see you just personality. What LeBron does is like he talks about some of the off the court stuff, what matters to people. He got a lot of personality. But when I see like some of the superstars right now, they don't have that personality. So I feel like the next could be, I'm trying to think.
You know what? Jason Tatum? Does Jason Tatum have a personality?
It could, you know what? He could be it. He's like, people like thinking like he's quiet. He's a fun dude, man. Like he's a really good teammate, like, fun to be around. He makes jokes and stuff. I mean, I think Jason Tatum going to be in an MVP conversation for sure, either next year or next couple years.
So is your family okay, by the way?
They're doing okay, man. It's tough because with all this pandemic now. I mean, I am worried about them because it could just, affect them. And I might not, maybe get, see them again. But all I'm trying to do right now, man, it's trying to create awareness of what's going on over there because there's so many political prisoners and, just journalists are in the jail right now and waiting for help. If the virus spreads in jails, it's going to be very deadly and dangerous.
Yeah. Enes Kanter, one of my favorite guys, 9th year. It's good talking to you. Stay safe. I appreciate you taking time and keep going on those Zoom things and doing sit-ups or whatever you have to do, my man.
Hey, I still got the Herd shirt, by the way. So
look at that, loyal. That's the kind of loyalty I like. We're back in the studio, buddy. I appreciate it.
Yep.
All right.
Yep, thank you, brother.
Good stuff, Enes Kanter. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.